mine engineering. And they decided to stop in Richville and check out the trails because they'd seen a MinerBiker video. That's the truck they used to load the explosives in the drill holes in the face.
If you look backwards, it's so obvious that this is what he was cut out to be. So when Joe was 4 years old, we moved to a remote ranch, 40 miles northeast of Kanab, south of Bryce Canyon National Park. And it was a guest ranch. People would come and stay with us. We lived on the ranch. We took care of everything that needed to be taken care of. See, that's the view of the view from the ranch headquarters.
It was out in the middle of nowhere. Nearest neighbors were 10 miles away. No power, no internet. We had solar and propane gas and wood stove and everything, and it was a fantastic lifestyle out there in the middle of nowhere, bordered against the Grand Staircase National Monument, Dixie National Forest, and BLM all around us, and there we were in our little slice of heaven in the middle of it.
Little known fact, Joe did not go to public school till he went to 8th grade. He was homeschooled up till then because he was raised on this ranch. So I would prepare lessons for the kids the night before. You do your lessons. When those lessons are done, you are free. When Joe didn't have any other things he needed to be doing, he had a whole network of roads that he built with his Tonka trucks. But you had to do it with the Tonka trucks. You couldn't like get a shovel or a hoe or any, you had to be on your hands and knees and push the equipment. And we're talking, you know, these roads would go for 50, 80, 100 feet.
Yeah, lots of playing around with equipment, whether it was toys or real, and horses and pretty much anything outside. That was that was growing up. I always thought I was just going to stay there at the ranch, that I was going to be the next ranch manager after my parents. And that's what I was going to do. Of course, when you're a little kid, you don't really see as many options out there as there are. And then once we moved from the ranch and stuff, things changed. About a year and a half at Snow College is kind of when I really took a step back and like looked at everything I'd done and took the math and the science, the outdoors, the big equipment, and was like, is there something that I could do that could take all these three? And mine engineering.
So obvious when he told me he wanted to be a mine engineer. You go, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
my opinion, it's the coolest industry in the world. We got the biggest, baddest equipment mankind's ever made, pretty much. You get to work down in either a giant big hole, or you actually get to go underground, and work never really feels like work. The University of Utah had the only mining program in the state. Went through a 4-year program in 3 years, got my bachelor's degree in mining engineering, and got back out of the big city. And came down here, got the job offer from Redmond in my senior year, and been here ever since and absolutely love it. When we were living up in Salt Lake, itching for a way to survive, to get by physically, mentally, emotionally up there with the stresses of school and the living in the city and stuff. And so that's when I actually got my first, what I would call, real mountain bike. That's when I really fell in love with it, and then it's just escalated and exploded from there. But I'd say that's when the passion really started. My mom's been mountain biking since probably late 70s, early 80s. While growing up, us kids kind of naturally followed her example and started riding bikes.
Again, the ranch is 8 miles, probably 1,500 feet that we could go up to a high country, beautiful high country, Bryce Canyon type of scenery up high, and then the kids could ride the bikes back. But I never took them all the way to the top. You'd park here, there's still 2 miles to climb up. They had to climb up before they could come down. They had to ride up. You didn't just get to just go down. You had to earn it just a little bit first, and then you could ride down, and I'd follow the kids, and we'd all ride our bikes down, and I'd send the kids on the last 8 miles home to the ranch so I could bike back up and get the pickup.
First impression of Joe, any new hire, we do training on the guys, and before I even knew Joe's name, I knew he had a passion for bikes. One of his first questions when I met him was, is there any good places to go biking?
Here in Sevier County, mountain biking is definitely not the norm, and it quickly became clear that we were the odd ones. Pretty much everybody around here, you have your side-by-side or your four-wheeler, or there's quite a few dirt bikes and stuff too, but there's not a whole lot of mountain bikers. I didn't care if I was weird. I did what I loved to do. I got out on the road. There wasn't any purpose-built mountain bike trails anywhere even close. Like, we literally had to drive an hour in pretty much any direction to get to trails that were actually purposely built for mountain bike. So just kind of made do with what we had, and we're still the minority, but we're getting bigger. We're growing, and I'm doing all I can to help push that along with my Instagram and YouTube. I actually ran into some people about 2 weeks ago down here. They were passing through, they were from Wisconsin, and they decided to stop in Richville and check out the trails because they'd seen a MinerBiker video. And it just totally made my day. So if I'm helping to get not only more people around here into it, but just more people in general, and help advertise for this area and stuff, then I'm fulfilling the purpose of what I wanted to accomplish with the channel. That's why at the end of every video I always say keep digging up new places to ride. It kind of goes along with the mining, digging stuff up. But that's one of the things that I really try and do, and that my riding just naturally showcases anyways. There's so much out there that you can do on a bike, so many places you can go besides just the purpose-built trail centers and the bike parks, that a lot of people, they kind of get stuck in that that's the only place to ride. Well, maybe there's tons of stuff right there and just nobody's ever found it. Mountain biking for me is, there's a lot that I get from it. And a lot of it kind of depends on the ride. Like different rides I go on for different reasons. Sometimes I go on a ride because I need to blow off stress from work. Sometimes I go on a ride because I've got a specific place I want to get to and see. So it kind of depends, but I think the biggest things for me is every time I go on a ride, it's a complete emotional and mental and physical just reset from all the rest of life. It doesn't matter what else is going on, you can get out there and just kind of shut your mind off and get your body working and just always just feel 100 times better at the end of the ride than you did at the start of the ride. There's a whole wonderful, amazing world out there, and a mountain bike, in my opinion, is the best way to see it.
Okay, on a side note, while I'm in front of a camera, I'd just like to take this special moment in time to thank my grandmother for my athletic ability and my great-grandpa for my amazing physique. And hello, Mom.
We should really do that. We should do that one more time. We weren't filming.
Little.
This video was posted a while ago on Fezzari's channel, but they have graciously allowed me to share it here as well. Massive thank you to Fezzari and to Redmond Minerals for their making this project possible. Both are amazing companies, amazing brands. I am so grateful and blessed to be a part of and to represent, so thank you to them. Big thank you as well to Ryan and Ben from Fezzari for filming and editing, creating this video. These guys did an amazing job. Thank you also, of course, to my buddy Sean, to my awesome mom, and to my sweet and wonderful wife for all their help and their support with this project and just with everything, my lifestyle in general, and everything that I've been able to do and continue to be able to do. Thank you so much to them. And shout out to our doggies and to Redmond's bowling ball cannon for stealing the show. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. This was a very special project that I'm grateful to have been able to do. If you subscribed already, thank you so much. If you haven't, I invite you to subscribe to the MinerBiker channel. Leave us a comment down below, like that hit button, and as always, keep digging up places to ride and adventure in the great outdoors. Under your own power is always the best.